All right, welcome back to Aaron and Ellie on Kirby Drive. Today is Saturday, November 29th. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hope it was a good time.
Yeah, happy Black Friday. Bears fans only.
Only Bears fans. Because that was a crazy one.
Yeah, but today is Saturday. The holidays are over now, for now.
For now.
We are on the verge of something even bigger than that, though. Because tomorrow...
What's tomorrow?
The Houston Texans will travel to Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts, who currently now sit 2 games ahead of them, when their lead was as much as 3.5 at times during this season.
Very true.
If they win this game in Indianapolis, I think the sky may start to fall.
I think it might. In Chicken Little fashion.
Yeah. This is a big one. This is our first game against the Colts this season.
Yep.
If you had told me 4 weeks ago that this would be to draw within 1 game of them in the division, I don't know if I would have believed you, if I'm being completely honest.
I don't think I would have either.
Because 4 weeks ago, the Colts were, what?
Unstoppable.
6-1? 7-1?
A crazy performance, and confidently looking so.
Yeah, looked unstoppable. You know, they lost to the Rams, but only because Adonai Mitchell dropped that ball at the 1-yard line.
Very true. They beat themselves that week. And whatever, the Rams are, I think, the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah. You could convince yourself that, hey, maybe that's a Super Bowl preview.
Right.
Know,
exactly.
at that point in time. At the same point in time, the Texans were like 3-5, struggling to figure anything out. Their defense was obviously still very good, but...
Yeah, but we were packing it up.
And now, 3 Davis Mills-led wins in a row. We sit at 6-5. The Colts had the opposite trajectory. They've lost 2 of their last 3, I think. They barely beat the Falcons in Germany.
True.
And
In
now
overtime.
here we sit where we could be catapulting ourselves within 1 game of the division lead. I mean, I guess the Jaguars are still here. I don't really care.
Speaking with just both of us.
Yeah, but the Jaguars could theoretically pull into the lead, I guess, technically, this week, but who cares? I think I posted something about, like, when we were talking about the Chiefs and Colts game last week, it was like, if the Chiefs win, then we can get closer to the division lead, but if you want to just, like, get into the playoffs, you probably want the Colts to win. And someone was like, what about the Jaguars? You know what, you're forgetting about my Jaguars. And it's like, y'all are currently losing to the Cardinals right now, so maybe worry about yourself before you come and comment on our page.
I can't believe they won that game.
Yeah.
They deserve to lose that game 3 different times.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence handed it to them 3 times.
But because it's the Cardinals, they can't put it away.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a ridiculous game. I literally could not believe that they won. I was like, of course.
Yeah. I was talking with, we were at a friend's house tonight and talking about how people still, I don't know, this friend of ours still sort of believe that the Colts were legitimate. He's a Ravens fan, so not the best judge of character at this point. But I've been scouring the internet. I don't know if you've been seeing the same thing. And I honestly didn't think it was this bad. Like, I know we've talked on the show about how, like, Daniel Jones has kind of... The Colts have transitioned from winning because of Daniel Jones to now...
In spite
of him. Today I saw something that was very strange to me. And it was multiple Colts accounts, although I've only got, like, proof of one, posting Anthony Richardson highlight reels, which is beyond strange to me. So, Colts Report, it's a decently sized page on Instagram, but they're a little bit off the rails. Just posted no caption, just a picture of Anthony Richardson. That was it.
Isn't Anthony Richardson on IR?
Yes, he is.
He is, actually.
And then the next thing they did was clip together, I don't know, probably like all of the good plays he's ever made. Which some of them are pretty good throws. I'm pretty sure this was in preseason, though, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, his specialty is to just chuck it down the whole freaking field to Alec Pierce, and just get a touchdown off of like a 70-something yard pass. So.
Yeah, I think that the reason that they're posting all these things is, one, because Daniel Jones is kind of like rearing his ugly head again. And 2, it just recently was announced that he also has a fractured fibula.
Oh.
He's still going to
I
play.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's going to play with a fractured fibula?
I mean, apparently I was walking around with one for like a year, so...
Yes, but playing NFL football? Whatever. They have good trainers. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Their backup quarterback right now is Riley Leonard. Like you said, Anthony Richardson can come in and play if he wanted to. So,
yeah, that's true.
It's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to speak too out of line, even though I'd probably get more reactions on the internet if I were to. But I think that Colts fans, they're panicking a little bit, and I think rightfully so.
I would be.
Yeah.
If I, like, whatever, you have 8 wins right now, and that's something to applaud, right? Like, I'll speak as someone who's not fighting to win this division and who doesn't not like the Colts. But, like, you have 8 wins, you look good, however, you have Daniel Jones as your quarterback. If I started the season and Daniel Jones was our starting quarterback, I'd be like, are we serious, guys? Like, we're really going to run this guy out here and be like, this is the future of our franchise? Like,
which I think was a lot of people's reactions. Certainly ours. We were like, are you serious? There's no way.
What? Like, why are you doing this? And I mean, he's looked great for the first half of the season, but then he's behind a, like, MVP level Jonathan Taylor. And, like, their defense isn't, like, terrible. It's pretty decent defense. And, so if you kind of get Jonathan Taylor moving, if you can make a few passes here and there, like, kind of maybe surprise some teams, roll out some new stuff that they haven't seen on film before, like, with you moving in that, like, franchise's offensive line, like, it might be a little like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
But, if who you were for, how long has he been in the league? Like 4 years? 3 years?
Like 7 years at this point.
Gosh, dude.
Like 6, I don't know.
I don't believe that you can just magically get better.
Yeah.
Like, in 1 year.
That was one of my favorite comments on one of these posts was, they were talking about Anthony Richardson, and someone just commented, like, hopefully, he's been learning from Daniel Jones. Hopefully he's been working on making the right reads and putting the ball where it needs to be. I'm like, yeah, you can condense that into a 2-thing list, but that's literally everything it takes to be a quarterback.
It's literally what you train for your whole life.
Yeah, it's like, let's think. Hopefully he can really work on figuring out where to put the ball and then doing
how
exactly
to read the defense coming at him and make a pass on the run and to score touchdowns.
Yeah. Hopefully he can do that. Hopefully he learns
just
how to be good.
some things to work on. Yeah.
So that's the drama in the quarterback room for the Colts. I still think that Jonathan Taylor is going to be a problem for the Texans.
Oh, big time. Big time.
But based on the way the Colts have been playing, especially Daniel Jones, whenever there's a lot of pressure in his face, like we watched that Steelers game where he just completely fell apart. The Falcons defense has a pretty good pass rush now, and they didn't look amazing. It was only down to them not being able to stop Jonathan Taylor at all that they won that game. And then losing to the Chiefs again. I don't know. That Chiefs game was weird because they were leading for a lot of it, but really, like, the bulk of that early lead came on that Patrick Mahomes tipped pass that got picked off at, like, the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And that was, like, a 7-point swing right out the gate,
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard to say how well that team would have played without that 7 points that the Chiefs spotted them. Because Daniel Jones wasn't great in that game either. So
yeah.
I don't know.
His performances haven't been groundbreaking.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see how the Texans' defensive line gets after Daniel Jones on Sunday.
That's the matchup that I'm most excited / most anxious to see is their offense versus our defense. Like, of course, I want to see how our offensive line is going to do, and, like, CJ's back, so you heard it here. CJ will be starting for the offense this game against the Colts.
Yep.
So that's exciting, but also a little nerve-wracking because you're like, okay, Davis has been winning us these games.
Well,
against
he has been playing quarterback.
He's been playing quarterback.
While they were winning games.
He's not been solely winning us these games. However, he has been, like...
He has not lost us these games.
Exactly. And
Which
we
can talk about that more later. But.
Yeah. I guess we can talk about that later. But, yeah, I'm most nervous to see how our defense does with stopping the run and then at the same time stopping Tyler Warren and anything that Daniel Jones may try to trick us with.
Yeah. I mean, I think for this game, you're on, like, Kamara and Derek, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You're on your own. Figure it out.
Honestly, yeah. And Kalen out there.
Yeah. Those three should be the only defensive backs on the field at any given time.
Yeah.
Everybody else, put 4 linebackers on the field.
Yeah.
I don't care. 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to play nickel. No, like Jalen Petry's back. That's your third
good.
linebacker. That's your 4th linebacker. That's it.
Put Henry in there. Put Aziz in there.
Yeah, that's it. Put Christian Harris out there if you have to. That's it. That's your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, you're on your own. Because if anybody's going to beat us this game, it's Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
And if Daniel Jones throws for 350 yards on us and wins, fine.
Right. I'll accept that, and I'll be like, wow, he actually was the quarterback this game.
Yeah.
Now I know that they're for real.
Yeah.
Now I know they were just playing around.
If Jonathan Taylor goes for 200 plus yards on the ground, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
That's the one way you cannot lose this game for the Texans.
Exactly. That's the way that you have to prepare the most for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is the most, like, crystal clear, like, answer that you, like, you need to have your run defense down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could do it in your sleep type thing. Everything else, we'll just kind of have to figure out, you know, kind of take it as we see it type thing. You know, maybe it's an ugly first half. And then we kind of, like, regroup, get together, and then stop it in the second. But if we can stop Jonathan Taylor, then I feel like we have a really good chance of winning this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we have a really good chance of winning this game, period. Just because the Texans, like we were talking about tonight as well, about how I don't think there's anybody that you would feel like the Texans lose by multiple scores to in the NFL right now. The Texans are 6-5. They're not anywhere near the top of the standings. But I feel like the way this defense plays football, I don't think you can ever confidently say, yeah, the Texans lose by 40 in this game.
Right.
You know? Like, the best team in the NFL, like you were saying, the Rams, they lost by 5.
Yeah.
And they, you know, maybe could have won that game if Dario Ogunbowale doesn't fumble.
Ugh, yeah.
So.
Gosh, block that out of my head.
Yeah. So the defense, I'm excited to see play.
Mm-hmm.
I want Daniel Jones to be living in hell, and I want Jonathan Taylor to be stopped. Because if you stop Jonathan Taylor, automatically it gets 1,000 times harder for Daniel Jones to do what he wants to do.
And then it pressures him, and then the backfield is eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Kamari, Kalen, Derek, they're all hopefully getting some picks out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or some, like, passes that are batted away. Or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff to where, like, you're having to make Daniel Jones do things he doesn't like doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can catch him there.
Yeah.
So we really need to be, I don't know, we can't let the offensive line, like, their offensive line trick us and, you know, like, allow the perfect blocks to happen, make us look like fools, like, rushing to the wrong area or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, we need to be locked in, we need to be focused on where's the ball going. We're going to be expecting Jonathan Taylor to be running. Where's it going to be? And if not, cornerbacks and safeties got it out there in the back.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So for the other matchup on the other side of the ball, obviously the Colts have Travarius Ward and newly acquired Sauce Gardner. Their DBs are pretty good.
Yeah.
I still think they're without DeForest Buckner on the inside, which is huge for us.
Very huge, yeah.
We're going to need to be able to run the ball. But most importantly, I think if anything in this game is that CJ Stroud is back.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to be mean. And again, like I said last week, I will never disrespect Davis Mills to make this point on this podcast because what he's done for this team has been
huge.
Huge. It's undeniable what he's meant to this team's success this season.
Mm-hmm.
But I get we were there at the game, so we're not like keeping track of stats or whatever, like in real time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that Davis Mills was like 1 of 8 in that first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That he just couldn't complete a pass to save his life.
Yeah, I wasn't aware either.
And then outside of that second quarter,
I felt it in the second half.
Yeah.
Best believe I was like, why can't we make anything happen?
Mm-hmm.
But our defense does what they do.
Yeah.
Keeps us in this game.
But I mean, like outside of like, I don't know what I thought about it whenever a lot of people are saying like just leave Davis Mills in. Like Davis Mills is actually like the better quarterback. Why would you take Davis Mills out? He's 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most like kindergarten, elementary school like correlation not equaling causation take I've ever seen in my entire life.
Because if he lost one of these games for us, we would be like, oh, there's no way. Like, there's no way he should have been able to make this pass, like, you know, when is CJ going to get back? Or, like, oh, our offensive line, like the same argument that CJ's been getting all year with, like, offensive line being terrible and stuff like that. It's like, you know, he came in and he kept us from losing these games, which is, again, gigantic. Yeah. Not downplaying that at all. Not saying that to be like, well, he didn't do that good of a job. Like, he did his job. What he was paid to do, he did.
Yeah.
So, he brought us back from the freaking Jacksonville game.
Yeah.
Like, how often does that happen? Yeah. Especially with the backup.
But outside of that quarter of football, he did not play good football.
No.
He played adequate football, you know? Beat the Titans by 3. So, I don't know what you want. The fact that people will, like, see that the Texans have won these 3 games and be like, well, Davis Mills was the starting quarterback at the time. He should continue to play quarterback for the Texans. It's like, do you think Davis Mills was playing well in those games? Do you think he's playing well? Answer me honestly. Do you think he was playing well?
Yeah.
Because the answer is no. And if you say yes, you're just being, like, obtuse and just blatantly, like, antagonistic. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why you insist on having this take. Because, and it's an easy take to have, because if the Texans lose to the Colts, which they very well may do, because they were the number 1 seed in the AFC 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, well, CJ Stroud shouldn't play anymore. You should put Davis Mills back in.
It's like, if we weren't going to win with CJ, we weren't going to win with Davis.
Yeah.
Like.
It's like, if you look me in the eyes and tell me there's one thing that Davis Mills can do on the football field that CJ Stroud can't do, 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's why we drafted him.
Yeah.
2nd overall, you know?
The only thing that I could have maybe understood, like, people were commenting, like, oh, well, like, Davis Mills just runs the offense with more confidence. And it's like, okay, yeah, but multiple times I also watched him stand there and let the play clock run down to 0 and not have a clue what was going on.
Right.
You know?
Or they're like, Davis Mills is so, like, cool under pressure. Like, he's Cool Mills or whatever they call him. But it's like, he's also been in the league for, like, 5, this is, like, year 5 for him. This is year 3 for CJ. He's had to overcome a lot. He's made playoffs his first 2 years in the league. And this year's looking a lot different. The stick has not pointed our way many times this season, whereas it has, and we've gotten lucky last season and the season before that. So it's kind of difficult to have to deal with, and then have to deal with everyone on top of that questioning whether you're going to be here long term, you know, ourselves included, you know. So it's a tough thing to overcome as a quarterback, and so he's, you know, having to just work with his team and of course go through injury and stuff like that, and like that's tough. So, you know, hopefully, I mean, not to say that he's spotless and flawless, like he has things that on paper we know need to get better, but I'm very happy that CJ is back for this game. I was getting really nervous seeing, like, did not practice or whatever, or, like, limited practice and whatever for, like, practices this week. But I was very, very glad, sigh of relief, whenever I saw that he would be starting, and he was up on the podium talking, saying how he's excited to start and all these things. So, like, back to his normal self. Yeah.
Yeah. I have some stats here for CJ Stroud, which obviously, if you want Davis Mills to start, you don't know any of this because you don't know ball. CJ Stroud has a 3-1 record against the Colts. Already, you should be excited about him playing in this game. In those games, he averages 291.8 passing yards per game. He has 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 110.9 passer rating.
Dang.
He beats ass when he plays the Colts. And that's what you need on Sunday. You don't need a guy who's going to game manage you to a 15-13, 15-12 win, okay? You need someone who's going to go out there and throw a 75-yard bomb to Nico Collins on the first play of the game, because that's what CJ Stroud does when he plays the Colts. You need someone who's going to air it out. Yeah. You need someone who's going to be able to win you a game if you go down. And I know Davis Mills did that twice already. But again, you have to remember that he also put us in that hole against the Jaguars. And then he also didn't do enough to keep us out of that hole against the Titans, you know?
Right.
And I know that CJ Stroud kept the game close against the Titans the first time around. But whenever they came alive, they ripped them to shreds in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
you guys just need to understand that the ceiling of this offense is never going to be higher with Davis Mills than it is with CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
CJ is the quarterback for this team. He will be as long as we have this podcast. And look, I don't know what you get out of saying that Davis Mills should be the starter. I don't get it.
Do you think Davis Mills is looking at it and being like, those are my people?
Yeah, I hate this, but do you think he's going to let you hit it, bro? Is that what you think? There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, it's like, look, we love Davis Mills. I think as much as the people that are saying he should start over CJ.
I mean, people who are saying that don't have any clue anything about the Texans.
Probably not. Yeah, they're just saying stuff. I don't know. I love Davis Mills. I hope that he doesn't leave us. But you have good backups for a reason.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah. So in this case, when your quarterback is injured, you don't look like the freaking Bengals whenever you're starting.
Browning was in there, yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he helped us, Yeah. So, and I mean, whatever. You say that he's on par with CJ Stroud, we should have won the Broncos game. Mm-hmm. There's also that. So, whatever. I know he doesn't get as many reps as CJ does with the starting offense. So you can say whatever, he wasn't ready, but still, if he has that natural knack to playing, then we would have won the Broncos game. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all that aside, I do think that the Texans have a very good chance to win this game. Again, I don't ever want to get out in front of these things, be too crazy, but I think the Texans should win this game. This is a very winnable game that they should have no problem taking care of business. I don't care if Indianapolis hasn't lost at home. I don't care if they're leading the division. I don't care if they were at one point the top of the AFC. It's just like I said, you put this Texans team against anyone this year, especially, I have no problem saying, hey, they have a chance. Mm. And especially for teams like this where, they're starting a little bit of a free fall. You put this Texans team, especially this Texans defense, and you smell blood in the water, I think they're going to take advantage. I think they're going to make you pay for it. And I don't know. Assuming that happens, there's a lot of chaos that's going to break loose in the AFC because the Colts were the presumptive AFC South winner for basically since week
the whole season.
5. Yeah. Literally, we're going to run away with it. Now, all of a sudden, starting to slow down. Mm-hmm. And the Texans have, especially if they win emphatically, have a chance to catapult themselves into the why not us category. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're a division, the AFC North division winner is looking worse and worse every day.
Oh my gosh.
You're probably going to be at least the 3 seed, which is the highest the Texans have probably been in ages. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably, look, you got to win this game first. But you're not out of the question of reeling in the other division leaders either. So, if you win this game, if you win out, you have a good chance. I'll tell you, for this, one step at a time, we'll talk about the way that this game would affect the standings. So, if the Colts win, they have a 96% chance to make the playoffs. I don't have the numbers on their division right now. But if they lose, they'll only have a 77% chance to make the playoffs. And I imagine a lot of that is because they will have basically dropped out of the division lead. They'll probably most definitely give it up to the Jaguars first this week if they end up losing. But then the Texans also hot on their heels. If the Texans win, currently their playoff percentage is 47% chance.
We have the red logo still.
Yeah. If they lose, they'll fall to 35%. But if they win, they'll jump to 65%.
Dang, that's crazy work.
This is a huge swing game for the Texans.
Huge game, yeah.
They need it. They gotta have it. There's no way around this. Obviously, you can still whatever.
You could still fall into it, maybe, squeak your way in. But especially with the Chiefs the next week. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, we've got to set ourselves up. Yeah. For success in this game. If we get through this hump, then the Chiefs game may not seem as daunting. Mm-hmm. As it once did.
Oh, yeah. If we win this game and we win it handily, I'm not worried about the Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm still worried about the Chiefs just because of our history. But
so, huge game in Indianapolis. Honestly, I wish we could go, but I I don't know. I need to. I'll touch base with some of the Colts fans after this game maybe, and see how they're feeling over there. But I like judging on the way that they're acting on Instagram. They're already kind of treating this like they've blown something, you know.
Win or lose, you'll reach out.
No, obviously not. But I don't know. They're talking about again, like people were saying, like AR5 if you can hear us, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's saying like, why are we overreacting? But I think that this person, Colts Report replied to them and said, not reading all that, AR is saving us. So it's like, okay.
That's crazy. I don't think that I would jump ship that quickly. I mean, you're still an 8-3 team.
Yeah. Come on, guys, get over it.
Like, just see how this game goes, then we can press the panic button if it allows.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I think if you're the Colts and you lose this game, I think you're all of a sudden you're in free fall. And I don't know where it stops because you still have to play the Texans again.
And the Jags twice.
You still have both games against the Jaguars, yeah. So, if you lose this game, like, your hand's off the steering wheel for the division. All of a sudden, you know?
Yeah.
Because you no longer control your own fate, essentially. I guess you technically would because you still have to play the Texans again, but you have to be perfect to maintain any type of lead. Basically, it would set it up for like a Week 18 matchup if both the teams won out after this game. So, and you know how that went last time for the Colts. So this game is huge for both teams. I don't know, if you would have told me this was a huge game for the South, I probably would have believed you at the beginning of the season.
It always comes down to us and the Colts.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have thought that it would be the Colts in danger of embarrassing themselves and the Texans almost playing with nothing to lose, backs against the wall, trying to get in. So, I don't know. I'm really excited for this game. Again, I think we can win. And I think if our defense plays like it has been, I think we can win by a lot. And
here's hoping, because we haven't had a game where we've won by a lot this year.
Yeah. I would love nothing more than to go into that ugly-ass stadium and beat the fuck out of the Colts. And I think we're going to do it.
I'll hope with you. I'm not pessimistic when it comes to these things. I'm just very, not hands-off either, because I'm very invested, of course. But I'm just very, stoic going in. I, of course, really hope that we win, but I'm not going to be like, yes, we're so good at, smash them into the ground. That's just not me, because then I just, my hopes get so crumbled and crashed and crushed to pieces if it were to not go our way. And it's just a game that is too high stakes and is just going to be a brutal matchup. Yeah. So this is gonna get ugly.
Me, on the other hand, I have no qualms because guess what? If we lose, it's going to hurt just as bad as if I hadn't said anything. And if you want to grab those sound clips, if we end up getting stomped, grab the sound clips. Please, spread the word about the podcast. But if we win, it's going to feel even sweeter having that on tape. So, just remember, this is why we say the things that we do. It's all about content, baby. So, I'm picking the Texans for that game. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I'd pick Texans.
Okay.
That would just be mean of me to pick the Colts. I have faith in my team. Yeah. I know that we can get this done. The question is whether we execute or not.
Yeah. So the Texans, both picking Texans there. Elle is down 1 in the standings right now, or in this weekend's standings right now.
Yeah, not a bad spot, guys. I'm not.
Down 3 games.
Overall, yes, I am in a bad spot. Yeah. This week, I'm not doing so bad. Yeah. We were tied yesterday. So. Yeah. Yeah, we can touch on those games real quick. Just quick fire. Same thing as last week, can be quick fire for most of the other games, but we can talk about how it directly impacts the Texans season. We started out in Detroit, and oh boy.
I don't know. So this was Green Bay, Packers 31, Lions 24. And
it did not look good.
Yeah, the Lions are in trouble.
They
now.
are. They're more in trouble than I thought they would be. They I don't know. It surprised me with how, because I'm like, guys, it's Thanksgiving. You're at home. It's against the Packers, who you got embarrassed by the first week of the season. Like, you have Jahmyr Gibbs. You have, did they have him on Raw? I think he got hurt.
He got hurt on the first play of the game.
Well, then never mind. They hypothetically had him on Raw, but you got what is it, Jameson Williams?
Yeah.
Or Jameis
Williams, who did have a pretty good game. He had 144 yards on 7 catches.
Not
with
bad.
A touchdown.
Not bad. But I mean, I don't know. You just gotta execute better, especially with how ambiguous this Packers team has been all season. I mean, I guess not anymore. But
the one thing that they haven't been is, confusing as to how they compare to the Lions, because they have stomped them both times.
They really have.
I mean, they only won by 7 this time, but I think that it was really a lot of all right, you can score, we're going to score. Okay, we're going to let you score, all right, we're going to score. The closest the Lions got after going down 10-0 was they came back to 10-7, then they got it to within 17-14, they got it to within 24-21 again, and then the Packers scored again, and they kicked the field goal in the fourth quarter.
And that was with 1 minute left, so it's well, now you need 2 scores to win the game, and there's less than 2 minutes left.
Well, no, that was in the third quarter. But
oh, awkward.
Yeah.
I remember it being at one point, I'm like, gosh, they need 2 more scores, and it's...
Yeah, well, they kicked the field goal with 3 minutes left in the game, and it's all right, come on.
Yeah. It's it's over, guys.
Yeah. Now the Lions currently sit with a 42% chance to make the playoffs.
On, literally in the hunt, or whatever the heck they call it. Is crazy for... Are they in the hunt? The Lions? Yeah, that's crazy for the Lions.
Yeah, they currently are on the outside looking in. They're in the AFC and the NFC at 7-5. Only a game in front of the Cowboys now, who I'm pretty sure play them next week. Let me double check that. Lions schedule. Yeah, they will have Thursday night game against the Cowboys next week.
Which might not be as easy as you think it might be.
Yeah, because the Cowboys have beaten both of the Super Bowl teams. We can talk about that in a second. But yeah, the Lions are in trouble. The Packers, what do you want me to say? You know what your team's about.
Yeah.
I don't know. You would have thought that this was going to be the week where they took back the division from the Bears.
Right.
And it still hasn't happened. And now it's okay. You got, basically I think it's going to come down to those 2 games between them.
Right.
So, I don't know. Any other thoughts on this game?
I just remember being baffled. I mean, whatever. If it would have came down to a really close game, it just so happened to slip out of the Lions' hands. But I looked at this and I'm every time I looked at it, I was like, how are they going to come back from this? They don't look like they can come back from this.
Yeah.
And that to me just kind of shocked me for the Lions. But I mean, hey, it happens.
Yeah. The second game of Thanksgiving was Cowboys 31, Chiefs 28.
Crazy. This was a good, early night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad that the Cowboys got it done.
Me too.
You're not going to hear me say that often.
Oh, yeah, it felt really painful cheering for the Cowboys. Made me sick to my stomach a little bit. But it had to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Rashee Rice was fully free in this game. He finally was freed. He was I think he scored 2 touchdowns. Mahomes had that ridiculous play where he jumped over 2 defenders in the backfield and then launched into wide open Xavier Worthy in the end zone.
Yeah.
Kirby's done with their bones, so if you hear more scratching, that's her now. But yeah, the Cowboys just stayed with it, stayed in the game, went up in the fourth quarter, and that was it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took a couple punches from the Chiefs at the end, but overall it was too much to overcome.
Yeah.
Which I think is the story of the Chiefs season at this point.
Honestly, yeah. Because you look at the ending of this game and you're like, yeah, the Chiefs win that. Every day, all day. But they didn't. And it's really confusing to also see that this season.
Yeah.
Where oh my gosh, the Chiefs should should have won that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and we talked about how, like, if the Chiefs lose this game, it's going to be very, very, very hard for them to make the playoffs.
Right.
And now it's true, they currently sit at 38% chance to make the playoffs at 6-6 right now.
Right.
And the Cowboys, who we also said was going to, we kind of laughed at the fact that, like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess they could technically make the playoffs.
I think they will.
You think they will?
I think they will. If things continue to shake out the way that they have been, and they beat the Lions, then they could stand on like one of the the little like I made my way into the playoff slots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're gonna win their division. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna like whatever have like a guaranteed spot. It's gonna be a spot where they like sneak their way in.
Well, you say that. I think, funnily enough, probably their best chance to get in. I mean, you could always overtake someone like the 49ers, but I think one of their best chances to get in is winning their division.
Is their division?
Because the
Eagles are 8-4.
The Eagles are 8-4. I mean, they're just as close to the 7th seed in the NFC as they are to the Eagles. And man, the Eagles don't look good.
They don't.
So
maybe it is the division. I don't know. I mean, it's the year the Commanders suck.
Yeah,
the Giants have stayed sucking. If they can if they can catch the Eagles, I mean, they're tied with them. So
yeah. All right. Anything else on that game? Other than the Chiefs are in trouble.
No.
The last game, which was
not
surprising to me, but surprising to most people, was Bengals 32, Ravens 14.
In my heart, I knew. I don't know why I was like, oh yeah, the Ravens. I was like, oh, well, Joe Burrow's coming back, so of course he's gonna probably like embarrass them.
Yeah, Joe Burrow has come back from an injury.
They thought it was gonna be a season-ending injury.
Yeah, but now the Bengals, they're 4-8, and he came back just in time for us to put the Bengals in the Indy Hunt graphic for the next 6 weeks.
Ugh.
And just pretend like they have a chance to make the playoffs.
You would never have thought with the way their season started.
Well, with the way their season started, you probably thought they would because they were 2-0.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
And then they lost like 8 of their next 9 or something like that.
Yeah, well, partly all because of Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I said, like when they were playing the Browns and they won by 1 point, and even though they should have lost, I was kind of like, well, I don't know how much of a difference Joe Burrow makes when he comes back. And I still don't really know because like they didn't have a problem scoring. That wasn't their issue.
Yeah.
But this week, I mean, Joe Burrow looked good out there.
Yeah, he did. He looked confident. He executed his receivers. He didn't have Teeb. He didn't have someone else. But he had Jamar Chase. And then Tinsley, I guess, has been stepping up.
Yeah, Yoshiva's caught a touchdown. He threw a couple to tight ends, I think. But I think the biggest story of this game really was the turnovers by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Because I think Lamar fumbled 3 times, or the Ravens fumbled 3 times. I think Lamar only fumbled twice.
Had an interception.
He had an interception. They got batted at the line, picked off.
Kind of a bad pass percentage, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad game from Lamar. Bad game.
But he just can, like, this is not, like, his ceiling by any means. Like, he has got to be hurt. He looks just a little hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he looks slow. We were talking about that the other week where it was like, he doesn't look great, He doesn't look like himself. Who's this person? Do I know this person?
Who?
I do know someone with that name.
Yeah.
Matthew Wiley, but I don't know if that's the same person. Let me pull up the stat. So Ravens QB Lamar Jackson in his last 3 games, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles lost, 8 sacks.
That is just not the Lamar that we know. Yeah, I don't know. That's just not. I don't think it's the year for the Ravens. Maybe it is though, because who knows with their division, they could definitely pull this away from the other garbage teams.
Yeah, I mean somebody has to get in.
I mean, yes, someone will have to get in.
Legally, someone has to win the division.
But who it is, literally could not tell you.
Yeah.
It's just so up in the air. It's the biggest who is the best of the worst competition I've ever seen. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Lamar because I feel like he's been he's had to be rushed back in to playing when he maybe wasn't super healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, Nico Collins was out for weeks last year with a hammy injury, so
yeah.
You know, and
those are the kind of things that stay with you too.
Exactly. And he's having to perform at this super high level every snap, and with a team that's very hurt still, and is kind of like trying to make its way or whatever. But I don't know if John Harbaugh's trying to save his job and needs Lamar to get back out there for him to kind of save the season. I don't know, but I feel bad for Lamar because I know this is not indicative of him as a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm sure that they will pull something together. If I had to bet on any of these teams to win the North, it would probably be the Ravens. I don't think the Bengals can come all the way back. They basically need to win the rest of their games. I just don't see it happening. Especially because they have to play the Ravens again, and I just don't think that. I think Joe Burrow won his second game against Lamar Jackson all season.
And they play the Bills next week.
Yeah, I could use some help from them winning that game.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, but outside of that, I don't. It's Bills, Ravens, back to back again. But I mean, hey, if they can win those games, that's really it.
That's crazy to have to play the Ravens literally like 2 weeks after you just played them.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, that's.
So they play at the Bills, at the Ravens, and they have the Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns to finish the season.
Yeah.
So if they can win these next two games.
No, they're versus the Ravens. They're at home.
Okay. Yes. So there's no reason if they win those two games that they can't finish 9-8.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy work.
The question for the Ravens is going to be, can they do better? You know. And I think they're also going to be, you know, they're.
They have to play the Patriots.
Patriots, who I
Packers,
don't think are good, but you know,
whatever.
they have a good record. Packers, who I don't know if they're good or not, but they do have a good record as well. They have to play the Bengals again in Cincinnati. Then they have to play the Steelers twice, who they've struggled with in this era of the Ravens. So I don't know. It's not a done deal. Let me phrase it this way: do I think the best team in the AFC North is the Ravens? Yeah, probably. Do I care? No. I don't care. Also, and despite all that, the Steelers are still technically 6-5, leading the division right now.
Gosh. Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
And they play the Bills this week. They could very well.
Guess, yeah.
Like the Ravens are sitting right now at the 10th seed in the AFC right now. They have a 61% chance to make the playoffs. So clearly, like, analytics also agrees that they're probably the ones who are going to win the division, right?
Right.
The Bengals have a 2% chance now, though. It was less than 1% before this game. So.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they came back from less than 1%?
I mean, yeah, it'd be wild. The Dolphins the same way right now. They have a less than 1% chance. They have a 1% chance right now. If they lose, they'll go down to less than 1% chance, but if they win, they'll have 2% chance.
Crazy.
The Browns also still have a less than 1% chance. We'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, it was just a wild game to finish out Thanksgiving.
Truly.
And also just to add some chaos to the AFC North.
Of course. Of course.
What really added some chaos to the NFC, though, this week is the Black Friday game. Chicago Bears 24, Philadelphia Eagles 15. Wow.
Crazy. Cinema.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably far from that. We didn't watch the whole game. But I think it was pretty windy. They had to have punchers holding the ball on all the kickoffs. I think it was a bit of a nightmare out there.
Yeah.
Both the quarterbacks were less than 50% passing. Well, Jalen Hurts was over, but just barely. It was a very ugly showing by the quarterbacks out there.
They both had an interception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Caleb Williams one, trying to
Yeah, that one was brutal.
Trying to get a screen over defender. I'll give you that one. Fine. Jalen Hurts just was not as accurate with the football as he needed to be today. And that's just not going to beat good teams, which maybe the Bears are. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird having to just like see this team and be like, well, they keep winning. So, and this was the Super Bowl champions last year.
Yeah.
So I guess they're for real. I guess we can stop saying like, well, like it'd be funny if they win the next one. It'd be funny if they win the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I would want this for them or whatever. And now it's like, well, they are.
Yeah.
And 24-15, you know? Like,
yeah,
whatever. They both didn't look good.
They both didn't look good, but it wasn't close. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There were a couple throws. I think the Eagles' first drive, they had Devontae Smith on a 3rd down and 5 or something like that. Coming over the middle on a slant. Jalen Hurts threw the ball behind him, but if he had hit him in the chest, he probably would have scored. And I think they had to end up kicking a field goal or something like that. There are a couple more moments, especially that 2-point conversion, which is, I think, the main thing that people are talking about on SportsCenter about how, like, oh, I don't know why Nick Sirianni chooses to go for 2 there after you pull within 9. Like, why don't you just kick the extra point and keep it a 1-score game? Seems very very hindsight is 2020 thing. Like, oh well.
It's like if he would have made it, no one would have batted an eye. They would have said, "Oh, good call, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Good call." It's like I would have gone for 2,
yeah.
And you would have too.
Yeah, you need it at some point.
So why not go for it now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand the hatred behind that, but whatever.
I'm not like a Nick Sirianni stan or whatever, but that was the right call to make in the moment, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
just get it over with.
It doesn't really matter either way because they lost, right? So that's the big thing is like people were just trying to like, poke holes even more.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you're lacking for things to poke holes with on this Eagles team. Like they're just not good.
Yeah.
They're 8-4 and somehow they feel like a bad team.
I don't know what happened. Like they didn't lose that many people over the offseason, did they?
No, I think it's just I don't know what the offense is doing. I think the main thing they did is like Saquon Barkley getting his production cut in like quarters is probably like the biggest thing is basically like losing 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2,000 plus yards or something like that from scrimmage last season. Now he's probably barely about to crack 1,000 already, and we're like 5 games from the end here.
Exactly.
So that's basically like losing a whole entire person on offense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just looks very different from last year, and maybe they still pull it together. But the Eagles, they do this sometimes, where they just kind of like muddle their way to a really good record in the regular season, lose when they play a good team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the next year they go and win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of their down years.
Yeah. Philly wasn't very happy though.
No, they were booing. I don't know why the people on SportsCenter, you said like, I don't know why they're surprised that they're booing.
Yeah, Philly is a very reactive fan base.
Mm-hmm.
If their team is not doing well, even if they're friggin' undefeated, and then they lose, they're gonna be pissed as heck. Like they're gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
Even if they're going to the Super Bowl and they lose the last game of the season, I don't even know. Mm-hmm. Any scenario where they're losing a game in any position, they are pissed and they're burning the city down. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bears just ran wild over them, though. I think Kalman on guy, 22 carries for 130 yards. DeAndre Swift wasn't far behind him with like 125 yards. Mm-hmm. I think they ran for like...
Also a touchdown.
Yeah, both of them had touchdowns. Yeah. I think they ran for like 280 plus yards on the ground.
They're a crazy unit. Like they're very... I feel like very similar... Not like maybe in who they are, but just like... And the fact that they can spread the ball between 2 different running backs, they're very much like the Lions in that way. Mm-hmm. With like David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, there's 2 different weapons that you have to look out for. Yeah. Because one goes out doesn't mean that you can put your head down now. Like, you still have to watch and make sure because both of them get it done on the ground. Yeah.
Caleb Williams' touchdown pass to Cole Kmet or whatever at the end of the game.
That was pretty sick.
That was dot. Mm-hmm. Dot top. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. And then Ben Johnson took his shirt off.
Which I just don't think I wanted to see. It's not that he's like out of shape or anything. Mm-hmm. It's like I just see you as like coach. Yeah. Very like stoic coach at that. Uh-huh. I just don't know if I wanted to see that. I kind of wish I could take that back. Yeah. And now, all of a sudden, the Bears, 79% chance to make the playoffs. Crazy work.
They're currently the 2 seed in the NFC. Mm. And I don't think anybody can overtake them this weekend, at least. No, they can't.
Dang.
So they're going to be the 2 seed for another week.
Wild. Good for them.
And there's not that many weeks left. So I know a lot of people think like the Bears are bad, and I don't think they're very good. Like Caleb Williams again with like 150 yards passing. The passing game is very hit or miss for them. They have a lot of explosive plays on their offense, but it's a lot of incompletions to go around. So I don't know, I don't know about the Bears, but I will say there's only so many seasons in the NFL, or so many weeks in an NFL season.
Yeah.
And this looks like one of those where like you might run out of seasons or run out of weeks, and the Bears might just still be at the top.
Right.
Because they're 9-3, they only have 5 more games left.
This is true.
What are the odds they win half of those and end up with like 12 wins?
What are the odds?
So,
I'm excited for them.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah, you're a Bears fan. Congratulations.
Yeah. Not someone, I guess, particularly that I would want to see in the playoffs, but I wouldn't mind seeing in the playoffs.
Yeah, you mean like watching them play?
Yeah, like watching them play, like I have no problem looking at them being like, yeah, like I'll cheer for the Bears.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
as far as like, they're not a team you'd want to see in the playoffs. Like, you don't care.
Right,
If the
like
Texans,
yeah.
If the Texans play the Bears, oh well.
Yeah, like I'm not cheering for like the Rams to win these games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they'll probably inevitably win most of these games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not like, yeah, I want the Rams to win this game because I don't really want to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But like the Bears, I wouldn't. Not to say that. Oh yeah, we'd win against the Bears, no problem. Like, it would still be a challenge. It's the playoffs. Anything is going to be a challenge in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd pick the Bears over the Rams.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of a fun team. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see them on the come up.
All right, so let's move into our weekend preview. Sorry guys, this is probably getting pretty long. Or at least it feels like it's over.
We'll keep the rest of it
Yeah.
shorter.
First game up for our weekend preview. There's no early game this weekend, thank God.
God. I think those are done.
Yeah, so we got San Francisco at Cleveland. Let me get the line real quick. Let's see. So San Francisco is favored by 4.5. That line opened at 6.5, so people are betting on the Browns.
Shadorsi.
Yeah, Shador is getting his second start.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
This will be a good. I don't know. Like it'll be a rough team to go up against for him.
Maybe
it won't. Maybe he'll do great.
I mean, the
without
49ers defense.
any trouble.
Yeah, the 49ers, they look okay on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Seem to be figuring it out. Although it's hard to say if that's just because they played Bryce Young last weekend.
Right.
Pretty easy to do well against Bryce Young.
On defense, Myles Garrett's gonna tear them up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about Brock Purdy.
He had a really confusing game last.
I don't know if he's still hurt
Monday?
or what. Yeah, I don't know if he's still hurt. He threw 3 interceptions last week. Didn't look very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the 49ers are 8-4. I don't understand it. They've lost basically everybody on their defense. Their offense was never really that inspiring to me outside of Christian McCaffrey, who hasn't played very well. He's gotten a lot of yards, but I don't think he's averaging more than 4 yards a carry. I think there was something where he still hasn't had like a 10-plus yard run or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something absurd.
Yeah.
Really
weird. Really weird.
I don't know. They've just kind of been around. And I guess they're going to continue that. But yeah, he's averaging well under 4 yards a carry right now. Christian McCaffrey is. He is their leading receiver with 785 yards. So he basically has as many rushing yards as he does receiving yards. But if you look at the sack leaders for these teams.
Yeah.
Bryce Huff leads the 49ers with 4. Myles Garrett leads with 18.
Kind of not the competition there.
Yeah. So I think that the Browns defense, I think the Browns are going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to say Browns too. Just because I got to stand with my boy.
Yeah, I think Shador, this is on a defense that's not as bad as the Raiders, because nobody's as bad as the Raiders, but
yeah,
I think the 49ers are shaky enough everywhere else to where if the Browns can keep this a close game, Shador will have they won't ever have to fully abandon the run.
Mm-hmm.
They won't ever have to be down by multiple scores in this game, I don't think.
Yeah.
It'll be never too far out of reach for him to do something, you know?
Right. And they're at home. And the crowd loves Shador.
Yeah. This will be his first home game. That'll be exciting to see.
Mm-hmm. As the set starter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a lot of people that are prepared with their signs.
Yeah, not just
spray painted on in the moment.
Okay, so we're both going Browns there. Next game up, Jaguars and Titans. Jaguars are favored by 6.
Glitch.
The Titans are winning this game.
I'll say Jags then. I think they'll lose one of the games to the Titans, but is this their last game against Titans? Have they already played them?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this game. I just feel like the Titans have to win another game.
That's what I'm saying too. I feel like they're due for another win.
Yeah.
But will it be this one? I don't know.
I don't believe in the Jaguars.
I mean, don't get me wrong, neither do I. But
yeah, I know that Tennessee's also very bad. But this feels like the type of game that the Titans can win. I mean, they took the Texans to the brink about as far as they could manage. The Jaguars are now down some very good players on. Well, Trayvon Walker's out on defense, but whatever. I don't know. The Jaguars are just not someone that I want to put my faith in. But who knows? Maybe they play well. I don't know. I don't really. I'm not. There's no way anybody's watching this game. There's no way.
I would say, what?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say that the Jags game to lose against the Titans is the second one, the last one of the season.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Jags this time.
Okay.
Because they looked god awful against the Cardinals and somehow still won. And the Cardinals are not Titans bad, but bad.
Yeah.
So if they can come back, or if they can manage to lose with being handed the game like that, I also think the Titans don't have the ability to come back, even as far as that. So.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Jaguars sit at 74% chance to make the playoffs. Their odds to make the playoffs only increase 6% if they win. But I think mostly because a lot of that is baked into them, basically, like, all right, you're probably going to win this game.
Yeah. So,
like, getting it done only is like, all right, yeah, we do.
Right.
If you lose, you drop down to 56%.
That's crazy work.
And
because if they lose and we win, we're tied.
Yep.
The records are tied, right?
Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Bills when they play the Steelers. But I don't want the Steelers to win any more games. I can't.
I can't see them in the playoffs.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Titans win this game. I'm picking them just for fun because I have a huge lead. Nobody could ever blow that, right?
Right.
A game that we won't talk about. Saints at Dolphins.
Gosh.
I can tell you. Let's see what the line is. The Dolphins are favored by 5.5. I think Dolphins probably win.
I think they do too, because they're riding the what if train.
I mean, they need to win to keep their season alive, but they're gonna stay in the hunt graphic for the rest of the year probably.
Super.
Because they have this team and then they play the Jets I think next, and so it's like, hey, they could be 6-7 by the time week 15 or 16 rolls around. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I say Dolphins.
I think if you're a Saints fan, you want the Dolphins to win as well.
Fair.
A game that nobody cares about at all. Atlanta, New York, Jets. Falcons at Jets.
Yucko.
Falcons by 2.5. Okay.
Only 2.5. Well, that makes sense.
Kirk Cousins versus Tyrod Taylor.
I think this is the Jets' game to win. They're due for another win too. They were close last game with the Ravens, which was shocking, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Falcons probably win.
You think so?
No, I don't know. I don't care. I don't know why. They're still charging money to get into this game. It's $35.
Dang.
There's no way. I don't know. Sure, Falcons win. I don't care.
I'm going to say Jets.
Okay. Next game, Rams at Panthers.
Panthers. Just kidding. Rams. I can't afford to bet like that.
Rams by 10. Yeah. I think the Rams will take care of business here. I just don't think the Panthers are very good.
No.
I think that they are...
I think they're frauds.
I think they're strangely in a division battle with the Buccaneers right now.
Yeah. Very strange place to be.
And, like, with Baker Mayfield hurt, maybe they can make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to start this week. That's the thing about... Honestly, I think it's going to be the first team to 8 wins that wins that division.
Yeah. It's just such a yucky year.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's always bad in the NFC South. People love to give the AFC South shit for being a bad division.
But this one is just also bad.
Every year I feel like the NFC, like multiple times in my life, the NFC South representative has been like 7-9. So it's not been a very good stretch of years for the NFC South. I mean, the Saints, you almost won that Super Bowl that one time.
Yeah.
That was close. But yeah, the Panthers also, you almost won that Super Bowl that one time. But didn't happen.
Dang.
You actually made it, but it didn't happen. I just think the Rams are too good, and the Panthers are just not. And like this isn't the Falcons. The basic thing is like this isn't the Falcons.
Yeah.
Bryce Young will play poorly. He will.
Yeah. He will.
And a lot of people saw that on primetime television. I'm sure they'll forget about it by the end of next week.
I'm sure they will. We'll forget about it again.
I just need y'all to understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
And that because of that, they have no chance to win this game.
It's just so sad. I don't know.
Yeah, but we can move on. Speaking of floundering teams,
Arizona and Tampa Bay.
Cardinals at Buccaneers. Buccaneers by 3.5. They originally were favored by 6.
Oof.
They bet all the way down to 3.5. I don't know if Baker Mayfield's gonna play.
I mean, his shoulder was in a sling.
Yeah, the good news is I think Bucky Irving will finally come back and play.
Let me see. I'll look up the injury report.
Yeah, I know that he literally was like rolling around on the floor.
Practices in full Friday, listed as questionable for week 13.
They're gonna run him out there until he dies, I guess.
Which is crazy because I didn't think that they would be the ones to do that. I don't know. Because he did that with the freaking Browns, and then the Browns were like, oh, he sucks because he's not doing well. And it's like, well, he's also like really hurt because he just keeps on putting himself out there.
Yeah.
Like, Baker's not going to stop unless you make him stop, even if he's like hurt like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Hopefully his shoulder's not too busted up.
Yeah.
Now let's see Bucky. Fully practices Friday. Listed as questionable for week 13.
So they'll both be out there. Which I guess is good. Like, the more games, the more distance you can put between yourself and the Panthers. That's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
The analytics don't really care. Like, if the Buccaneers lose this game, they drop from 87% to 81% to make the playoffs. If they win, they only jump to 91%.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, for the Panthers, like, if they win, they jump to 21%, but if they lose, they only drop to 10%. So, like, people are probably already down on the Panthers. I think that I don't know how they have 6 wins. I don't understand it. It's because they get to play the Falcons twice. But other than that,
That's
you
true.
know, I don't know how they're winning these games. As for the Buccaneers, I'll be very interested to see, 1, if Baker's healthy, right? And then 2, if Bucky Irving changes the way that offense looks.
He's gotta. He's electric.
Mm-hmm.
Game changing. So he'll make it look kind of how it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think they win this game.
Okay.
I think they win this game.
I'm going to pick the Cardinals.
Wow.
But...
Agent of Chaos.
Yeah, but only because I just don't think Baker Mayfield's healthy.
He's not.
And
I agree.
Even when he was healthy, right, they still just don't look very good. And I don't know, like Emeka Egbuka burst onto the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since then, he hasn't really done a ton of noteworthy stuff, you know?
Right.
So, I don't know. I just feel like, where is the offense going to come from on the Buccaneers? Like, Bucky Irving is good, but I mean, Sean Tucker had 3 touchdowns, like 140-something yards or whatever, and they still lost. And then last week, I mean, there was just nobody out there. So I don't know. Maybe this is what they need is a game against the Cardinals to get back on track. But I think that the NFC South is going to stay locked in at 6 games for another week.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be chaotic.
Next game, Vikings at Seahawks. Seahawks by 11.5.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need we say more?
Mm-hmm.
JJ McCarthy's, whatever, I guess got a concussion.
Allegedly.
Allegedly has a concussion. Immediately reported it.
Mm-hmm. Immediately waited till he got on the plane to report symptoms. So.
Yeah. I just think it is a mess. We'll see if their backup quarterback is anything noteworthy. Probably not, especially against the Seahawks. So I'm just going to say Seahawks, and I'm done with this game.
Yeah, imagine your first start being in Seattle.
Org.
That's rough.
That's a rough start.
But I mean, Max Brosmer will start for the Vikings, undrafted rookie. Some people in Viking circles very excited about him. I think there was some talk about some conspiracy theory level talk that may not be conspiracy theory level for much longer, about how the Vikings brass was nervous about Max Brosmer getting too much playing time in the preseason because they were worried that he was significantly better than JJ McCarthy was, and that he was like a Brock Purdy style player of someone who was like not very heralded out of the draft, but overtakes like a guy who they picked within the top 10 picks. Like Trey Lance lost his job to Brock Purdy. At this point,
sure, awesome. I would love for that to happen.
That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
So you can keep your job in the front office there, because
have a Niners situation where you're saved by this guy.
Where you're saved by some rando that you like walk in the door as an afterthought.
Right.
You know, which you know what, starting as an NFL quarterback, that's cool as hell.
So I'm glad for him.
Yeah, even if this is the only time he ever does it, you're never gonna be able to take that away from him.
Exactly. So go him, and you get to play in the Seahawks Stadium, for better or for worse. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, on the other hand, looking for revenge against his old team. Mm-hmm. Looking for revenge after that horrible game he played last week.
Oh, yeah. That was bad.
That was the week before, right? They did get to play the Titans, but I don't know. Against a decent defense in the Vikings, we'll see how it looks. I think the Seahawks are going to stop them, though.
Yeah, this is not going to be a pretty game.
Unless Max Brosmer is all he's cracked up to be.
And I hope he is, because that'd be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
But right now it's going to be a bummer. Because the Vikings are just a bummer.
Yeah, there's not a lot of great games this week, because I think there's not a lot of great teams left. But we'll move on to the next one now. Raiders at Chargers. Chargers by 9.5. I don't think there's much to discuss here.
The Raiders just need to take their first pick and...
Yeah, they're playing like
bad.
Hitler football. It's terrible.
Dang.
I don't think the Chargers are very good either. Don't get me wrong.
But I think that they're better than the Raiders, which is not high praise.
I know they're better than the Raiders. I don't need to say I think when I say that.
But that's not a compliment.
Yeah, I just don't know how much better, you know?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy to say, right? Like, I know they're a lot better than the Raiders, but they did keep them around for a long time the first time they played them. Like, what did they end winning, like 20-10 or something like that? That was when the Raiders went on like a 13-minute drive just to kick a field goal, and then they lost by like 7 or something like that. So
yeah,
I don't know. The biggest game in the afternoon slate is the Bills at Steelers. The Bills are favored by 3. On paper, this is about as big a game as the Texans Colts. So we have 2 huge AFC matchups this weekend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for these 2 teams, I just don't see them making as much noise in the playoffs as either one of the first 2 teams, like the Texans and the Colts. Which is crazy to say, like 2 weeks ago. Well, the Steelers we always knew, but like the Bills, you know,
yeah,
I think they probably have a better chance than whoever wins AFC South, right?
Right.
But if the Bills lose this game and the Texans win, We're looking at a scenario where there are 3 AFC South teams in the playoff picture this time next week.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy work.
What a time to be alive.
What a comeback for us as a division.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Is Keon Coleman playing or what?
That I don't know. That's a good question.
Let me look it up.
I do know that Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown are out.
Oh, are you serious? Maybe that's why Deion Dawkins was not looking his best last week.
I mean, they just got the brakes beaten off of them, I think, is what happened.
Yeah.
They're just said no more.
There's nothing about Keon Coleman. They're just saying, is he falling out of grace, the grace, whatever, out of favor in Buffalo?
Yeah, which probably yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't say anything about him playing or not, but.
I don't think it matters. I think the Bills will win this game.
I think so.
Think it'll be pretty.
I think Josh Allen will come back as he does after getting stomped by us and be like, no, guys, look, I'm not that.
Yeah. That
was just a really bad game for me.
But at the same time, the Bills are down both their starting tackles against TJ Watt.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
I don't know.
It's going to be a close one, I think.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is playing either, is he?
Let me see. Injury report.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's crazy, like we were talking about earlier, about how, like, all right, yeah, the Ravens probably have the best chance to win. But if the Steelers win this, they regain their lead.
He's a green lit for Sunday.
Okay, so he's going to play.
Okay. They mean to say light?
Aaron Rodgers greenlit?
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Sorry. I don't know that lingo.
Greenlit is the verb version of he was a green light, given a green light.
Oh. Just say he's a green light. We don't need to do that. That's too much.
I don't know, man. This is something where, like, you look at this on paper and you're like, yeah, the Bills are good and the Steelers are not. But when you think about it, neither of them are.
And it's really anyone's game.
Yeah, which is why it's such a toss-up in, like, the matchup predictor here. Like, normally I would say, yeah, like, Josh Allen is so much better than Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers' offense is terrible. The Steelers, I just don't believe in them, you know?
And then the Bills' defense, do they have enough to, like, be that much of a problem for the offense? Or do they have enough holes for the Steelers to actually get something done on offense?
I mean, the Bills, pitiful the same way. They're leading, their sack leader is Joey Bosa with 4 sacks.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have anything on defense for them because I think Terrell Bernard's out as well.
Don't make me pick the Steelers. Don't make me pick the Steelers.
I am going to pick the Steelers.
Crap.
I'll
pick the Steelers then as well.
Okay,
so I don't lose this game.
Then I'm picking the Bills.
Gosh. Why? Crap. Why do you want to make me lose? Let this be one of our games that we can just watch.
No.
Crap. Dang it. Fine, I'll pick the Steelers.
Okay.
Gosh, dang it.
No, I'm picking the Bills, although I do think the Steelers probably have a better shot than I would normally give them to win this game.
They have a better shot to win, but is Buffalo going to do some Buffalo magic?
I don't know. They might be running out of that. But, again, they need it because, let's before we move on, we'll review what this does to the playoff standings. So if the Steelers win, they're currently at 43%. If they win, they'll move only to 56% because, again, people don't believe them.
Wild.
If they lose, they'll drop to 32%. The Bills, they're sitting at 83%.
They win, oh, sorry.
Yeah, if they win, they're 92%.
That's crazy.
But if they lose, they're falling down to 72%. And if the Texans get a win and they lose, they will be out of the playoffs for the moment. They might be down. They'll be in 9th because the Steelers will also, well, no, because the Ravens are still below them. But they'll be in danger of falling to 9th if the Ravens end up winning that division and the Steelers are still in the playoffs. So, it's a big game for the Steelers more than the Bills, obviously. But, I don't know. I think the Steelers have a chance to get it done. Next game, Sunday night. Broncos and Commanders. I don't know why this is a primetime game.
Oh, no.
I already don't want to watch Marcus Mariota play football. I really don't want to watch the Broncos play football.
Yeah.
They're not. People get mad when I say they're not a good team. I'll say they're not a complete team. Their offense looks like garbage.
Yeah. I'm not confident in their offense.
Yeah. I don't. The line on this is Broncos by 5.5. I don't know. I think this is a big one for the Broncos as far as like playoff seeding goes. Like they just need to keep winning because again, the Patriots are not going to lose. But as you can see, like they're going to make the playoffs. Like if they lose, they'll be at 96% chance to make the playoffs. If they win, they're more than 100%. But right now they're at 99, or more than 99%. But right now they're at 98. Like they're going to be fine, win or lose. But if they want to get that 1 seed, which honestly I think is going to be the only way they're serious contenders in this playoffs. Which maybe seems harsh, but I think that's the truth of all these like young teams. Like you probably need to play at home.
Yeah.
To have a chance, right?
To make it past the first round. I mean, they've been winning. I don't know. They find a way to win every game. But...
Yeah. So Broncos are gonna win this game probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Broncos.
Okay. Then Monday night, similar game. New York Giants at New England Patriots. I don't know if is Jackson Dart gonna be back.
He should be.
Okay.
I've heard that he's been practicing.
Okay. So they got Jackson Dart back.
As the correspondent.
Yes, as our Giants correspondent, how do you feel about this game?
Well, I feel that first of all he will start in week 13. I feel like he can give them a run for their money. It's a fun primetime game.
Yeah.
I feel like.
You know,
the Giants have quite literally nothing to lose.
You're correct, except for draft positioning.
That is true. So they could also ruin themselves by winning this game just to win this game.
The Giants have played 7 games on the road. This will be their 8th game on the road. They'll be done on the road after this.
That's so nice for them.
I think. Or maybe one more. I don't know. It's 9 and 8. Depends on the year. But the matchup predictor is only giving New England a 55% chance to win. And, yeah, the Patriots are favored by 7. But, again, the Patriots... They have a good record, but they keep some of these teams around.
Yeah, they kind of play with their food a little bit with these games.
And I don't even know if it's so much playing their food as if it's like they're just not.
I don't have I don't look at them and be like, yeah, that's a team that's going to playoffs, winning games, super contender for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Here's a question I'll ask at the top of the standings. If I had to tell you that the Houston Texans had to travel to Foxborough, Denver, or Indy to go play a game in the divisional round, which one would you most not want to play in?
Probably Denver.
I agree. Where next?
Indy, just being us.
Okay. And then the Patriots.
Yeah, and then we beat them last year in Foxborough. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a very different experience than I've ever had, but yes, I agree.
Oh. Well, that's true. I haven't been as into sports as I have been. Sorry, I've been more into sports now than I have the Tom Brady era.
Yeah, but it's funny to hear you say that because for a long time...
It was, please God, anywhere else but Foxborough.
Yeah, for a long time the Texan season ended in either Foxborough or Baltimore every year. And now to say that like I'd rather go to Foxborough than any of the other top contenders in the AFC is crazy to me. But I don't know. I think... I'm not going to get into like calling the Patriots frauds and everything. Whatever. Like I think everything's going to shake itself out in the end.
Yeah. I mean, they're winning these games. Same with the Broncos. Like, they're winning these games.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Ease of schedule or not, you know? A win's a win in the NFL for a reason, you know?
The only thing I could say is if the Patriots end up winning their division, which I think they will, I think they'll probably go like 6-11 next year, maybe.
Yeah.
So
then they'll get a really rough schedule, and then what?
Then we'll find out. We'll find out what the big schedule is really about.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm picking the Giants in this game. They're gonna win. Fuck the Patriots.
have to pick the Giants too. They're my team. I'm the correspondent. I can't fall back at such a big moment like this. I would be a fake correspondent.
Our graphic is gonna look crazy with both those picking the Giants over them. But when they win,
I more so just can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
So I'm halfway picking this because I need a win. So I can like be even with you. Like if I lose this, it's no stakes. But also, it would be so embarrassing if I tried to get like one up on you by picking the Patriots, and they lost, and I have again gone against my word with the Giants fans. So I cannot do this. I'm pinned in a corner here. It's Giants for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Patriots, you heard it here first. You're gonna be 10-3 after this week. Real quick, do you want to talk about the game that happened tonight? What? Texas 27, Texas A&M 17.
See, I already forgot about it. Whatever. I was saying, I wanted on record that I said last night, my family is very split down the middle. Like, I come from a family of Longhorns and Aggies, like, solely.
Yeah.
And
wow, your parents went to college.
Well, my parents went to college, crazy.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I know my privilege there. I more so say it just for the sake of the rivalry. Literally, like, from a young age, my mom put me in, like, UT cheerleading outfits and stuff. Like, this tradition goes hard in my family. I went to A&M, and my siblings are currently they're twins. So one of them's at A&M, one of them's at UT. So it's pretty intense. Yeah. I told them last night at Thanksgiving, like, this is A&M's game to lose. Like, everyone's saying, like, oh, we should win. We should, like, and on paper, yeah, we should. Like, we were 11-0. Like, we're looking good. We came back against South Carolina. We look like a team that's, like, we either dominate or we come back and dominate. And I'm not a huge college football person. So I'm not, like, oh my gosh, I'm reading into the stats of this one. I'm super into this, whatever. Like, I'm on my hands and knees for A&M. I'm not. But I did go to that school, and, like, I'm very glad that I got my education there and who I became coming out of it. So, whatever. But I always knew we were going to lose this game. Like I said yesterday, we're going to lose this game. So.
Okay. I think every week, because I'm in a group chat with a bunch of my friends. Some of them went to A&M, some of them went to UT, some of them went to neither, and they just, growing up in Texas, I guess they felt the need to pick a side.
I mean, why not?
I still never really have, but even though I went to A&M, I just don't really care. Yeah, and every single time the Aggies pulled out like a close win, I would just text them and say that UT loss is gonna hurt so much more in a couple weeks. And I don't know, I guess it did. I couldn't really get a good read on it.
It doesn't really hurt for me. I'm like, but again, I'm not like if this was like a Texans loss, like if the Texans lose against the Colts, it's going to hurt 1,000,000,000 times worse than tonight when the Aggies lost. It was more so just like, well, could have told you that. Like, we hype ourselves up to be this like huge unstoppable thing, like, oh my gosh, like clowning all the other teams, whatever, but like we can't beat Texas.
Yeah.
And it just like, that's just that. So we'll see you next year, UT. We'll see you. We'll see you at Kyle Field.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We were watching the press conference or whatever, or something on Sports Center.
Dude, embarrassing.
Mike Elko.
He went Brian Kelly mode.
Yeah, all-time bad look. Just like...
Huge crash out.
I don't know what was happening. I guess like the door was open to the press conference room.
And like you heard it in the broadcast too. Like there are people in the hallways. In hallways there usually are people, especially after a game, a huge rivalry game. And like you could tell it was probably like UT fans because it was like cheering and stuff like that. But not obnoxious cheering. Yeah. Just like people talking happily. And he's like, can someone just close the door? Gosh, is this like a professional, like...
Yeah, can we close the door and run a professional press conference?
He says, gosh, or something like that. And then he sits in silence for a second, like, closes the door, and he's like, I'm sorry. It's like, oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Like, I already knew he was kind of like a hothead and just kind of just a weird guy in general, but I don't know. I guess everyone has been tolerating him because he's winning.
Yeah.
But
that was a bad look.
That was a terrible look. Like, oh my gosh. Pull yourself together.
All-time loser move of like...
Yes.
Where's my stupid game? These Gatorades are all wrong on the press conference. Y'all don't want to do anything right around here.
Can y'all stop? Can y'all stop cheering? It's making me sad because I lost. It's like, oh my gosh, please grow up. Please.
Yeah.
That is so embarrassing.
Yeah. All-time bad look for... I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just so funny to just be like...
But I know he immediately regretted it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where you're like, all right, you're mad about something else, and then the littlest thing sets you off, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just like going to A&M and knowing what A&M is like, knowing that rivalry is very one-sided most of the time.
Yeah. We base almost all of our like school spirit stuff off of them.
Yeah.
As a school.
They're like, I don't think about you at all. It's just kind of like, which is probably not super true, but
yeah. They like A&M partly does it to get a rise out of UT fans, and some of the UT fans they entertain that. Mm-hmm. They're like, I don't know why. It's like you're doing exactly what they want you to do.
But it is embarrassing to be.
Yeah, but if we at the same time, if we can't like stand up to like being on the winning side of that, then it's really embarrassing. Like we should have picked a team that's like, I don't know, like Grand Canyon University to make our whole school spirit stuff around.
Yeah,
where we know we're gonna beat them.
That your entire fight song is based on beating Texas and you never do it is hilarious.
Just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Just embarrassing. But whatever.
Yeah, but A&M fans, don't condone our mentions because we don't care and we know that you can't read and we can't read either because we went to A&M. So just relax. Just leave us alone.
Yeah, your hate's not going to hurt us because we also went to that university.
Yeah, also I don't care.
He's never cared.
I don't care.
And we've gone to a bajillion A&M games while we were there.
And also, if you're an A&M fan, why? Why? Although we don't talk about college football on this podcast because I have the same question for most college football fans. Because there's like 7 or 8 teams that will ever win a national championship ever again.
Yeah.
A&M's not one of them.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes sometimes you just need something to do on Saturday,
Yeah. I guess it's an excuse to get really drunk, so.
Yeah. And I mean, like, school spirit, you're proud of where you went.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
You hold on to that. Or, I don't know, sometimes it's just fun.
Yeah.
I personally like the NFL better, but some people like the NCAA better.
And they're wrong. And a lot of times racist, but I can't prove that yet. The Tyrese from Fast and the Furious where he's like holding his steering wheel and staring like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's me all the time. Whenever someone says, I like college football better, I'm like, I know what you are. And I can't prove it, but I know what you are. You know what I mean? Doesn't it give you that same vibe where it's like, I feel like I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I can't quite put my finger on why it makes me uncomfortable to be around you. But
yeah, I don't know. It's a weird vibe.
Yeah.
But whatever. If you like college football, you like college football.
No.
Not to Aaron though. You can't like college football or Aaron.
College football's fine. I just personally I can't give you, but I guess it's the same kind of thing as like English soccer, where like people are like, their local club is who they cheer for,
mm-hmm.
even though they can just kind of get relegated, and that can be basically it for you forever.
Yeah.
Like your club just fades into obscurity,
mm-hmm.
and then you're just like, oh well, I guess we're never gonna win anything anymore. Same thing with college football, where like there's a lot of teams like imagine getting dressed up for game day for like a Coastal Carolina game.
Yeah.
What's the point? You're gonna finish like, you might win 12 games. What's it gonna get you? Like UCF when they went 12-0, didn't even get invited to the playoff, and it's like, all right.
Why we do this?
But also you could just crown yourself national champions,
yep.
and just be like, we are also national champions. Cool.
Yeah.
It's all just made up, which maybe is cool for some people. I don't know, but that'll do it for us this week. We'll be back on when you done working.
I'm on to, off to, on to.
Okay, so we'll record on Monday night like we normally do,
mm-hmm.
right? We'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Mm-hmm. Also, don't know if you saw this on our posts, but we did, however, strike fame on the big time levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one of our reels about when we stayed for the Jags game,
Mm-hmm.
Toro,
Mm-hmm.
the bull,
Yes.
liked and commented.
I don't
Commented. I don't care if he liked it. He commented
Mm-hmm.
on our post, and he said he was glad that we stayed.
Yeah.
2.
Mm-hmm. So
And
we would never abandon Toro, and he knows that now.
Never. We never abandoned Toro. So we are pumped. We are so pumped. And I think we're famous now. I saw that, and that just, I had to just take a moment, reflect.
Yeah.
And just realize that now we're best friends with Toro.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been making some waves in the Houston sports community.
He comes by every game at our section.
Mm-hmm.
He's besties with that kid that sits next to us.
Yeah.
So, we're tight. He sees us every game.
Mm-hmm.
So, we love you, Toro.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've been striking gold lately.
Yeah. So keep following, keep subscribing, keep looking us up on the internet, tagging us, reposting our stuff on your stories.
Texans band together.
Yes. Yeah. And if you're from around the league, repost as well. Sometimes we talk about your team, and sometimes we're not making fun of you, but most of the time we probably are. Get over it. And if you're an A&M fan, there's going to be another day tomorrow. After that, I don't know what to tell you, but you will wake up tomorrow.
True. The sun will rise.
And you will probably still go to the playoff, and you will probably still get to lose. So, I don't know, maybe they'll let you play whatever, Tulane in the first round, and you'll be fine.
Hold our heads high, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Next Saturday is another Saturday.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, well, that's been us. We've been Aaron and Ellie on Kirby Drive. I've been Aaron.
I've been Ellie.
And thank you so much for listening.
Bye.